And in this video, I'm telling you about the Imaginary Ones NFT project.
Is Imaginary Friends a total copycat of Invisible Friends?
And get in fast for 10x potential, because simply just holding one of these bad boys is definitely going to get you some money.
Today's video is all about Imaginary Ones. Now, this project I had seen on multiple pages as like the first tweet or the pinned tweet, and I was wondering in my head, I was kind of like, oh, that looks weird. Like I just actually thought that the art itself looks kind of weird, but I never really paid much attention to it. So then I was on Twitter early this morning, and a friend of mine, John Silver, posted a post about Imaginary Friends saying, oh, 380,000 followers, and they only had started the account in January 2022. So he was kind of taking a dig at the fact that that is kind of like an impossible amount of growth for a Twitter page to do. And so I had a look at it thinking, oh, this is going to be overhyped rug pull maybe, or this is going to be another one of those overhyped projects that everyone just FOMOs into, and then the floor slowly hustles backwards from like 10 Ethereum until it gradually goes back down to like 5 or 2 or 1, similar to Hate Beast, Mikaverse, and even Invisible Friends. Like they seem to be really, really hyped. The art's always dope, but then you just can't compete with the hype. Like it's gonna start off with a bang, and that's why I think, and then it's gonna kind of make its way backwards a bit.
Now, unfortunately, their Discord isn't out yet. It is coming soon, but I can only imagine with 316,000 Twitter followers that this Discord will have at least 100K. No doubt in my mind. They are so freshly new. They just joined in January of 2022, so they are very, very new. They're literally only about a month to 2 months old, and they've already gained 316,000 followers. They're followed by NFT enthusiasts, and if you don't know, I only follow NFT enthusiasts on my Twitter, so that gives some good reassurance that other NFT enthusiasts are liking on this project. Now, not to mention, when it comes to their Twitter, they post all the updates and sneak peeks of their NFTs that are coming soon. They don't have tons and tons of details, but they are super active, and their engagement is insane. 21,000 likes on their tweets, 11 retweets, and 29,000 comments on it. Okay, people are loving this, people are tearing it up, and people are wanting more from them. Not to mention, when you look them up on the YouTube platform, they are heavily talked about by a lot of NFT YouTubers, including myself. Thousands of views all across the platform, comparing them to, Invisible Friends, if it's the next big NFT project, the next potential 100x, sorts of videos on these guys, so good credits there when it comes to the YouTube side of things. I'm going to give their hype a 9 out of 10, but let's take a look at their team.
Now, so far in this video, my attitude has been a little bit condescending. I'm a little bit suspicious about the project, as you can kind of tell, but I'm not disregarding that the people behind the project is real people. So the guy here goes by Gentle Whale on Twitter. His real name is David, and he's basically the co-founder of Offset.sg and Offeo.com. Basically, this is their bread and butter. They own a media company. They've been working with a lot of businesses. They do social media. They make animation videos, all this kind of stuff. This is what they do. Plug them into Ahrefs, which is a tool in search engine optimization, basically to be able to see how many people are actually coming to their business. And it's true, it's a large brand. They have almost 70,000 people that's visiting their website, and they have a lot of authority and stuff like that, which I'm not going to get into as SEO metrics, but just a way for me to understand that, okay, this is a legitimate site that's been around for some time, and it has like organic growth, all that kind of stuff. So nobody's denying that these are real people with a real company with real skills. You can check out their LinkedIn. You can see they're very real. They've been working in these companies for some time now. They actually have skills in motion graphics and After Effects and all this stuff.
What's really good though regarding the team is if it's doxed. Now we can see that these two individuals are really important and actually have a company listed on their sort of like doxed on their team segment on the website. As you can see, we do have some sort of like brand here called Offset and Offeo, which is really important. Obviously, this is a company that these two are very much involved in. I'm guessing they're the actual owners of this company, and we'll have a quick look at that. They're a Singaporean company focusing on animation and sort of like creation, pretty much like film production, especially like with Ofio, which is sort of like a template based, really good for like high level brands, even just drop shipping people. Like these are some brands that you see, or even companies that would use this type of video when they're trying to promote a product. And you know, I used to do drop shipping, so this is something that I might actually use. So they've put their name on the line in terms of like who they are. And we do have Clement and David. If we go on Clement's actual page, he has 67,000 followers. He has worked with quite a number of clients, including Nike, Apple, Samsung, Heineken, Spotify, and L'Oreal. These clients are just videos that they're made for. Usually what happens is if you're a film production company or production company, you'll be hired by a marketing company or advertising company to make, like, you know, the concept into reality. So Nike will hire the company, and then the company will hire the production, and so forth. So just based on the teams itself, like they've doxed themselves and really pretty much put themselves out there. So I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10.
We'll talk about Invisible Friends later in this video, right? I made a separate standalone video on Invisible Friends a while back, but obviously you look at Imaginary Ones, it is, you know, it's got the walk motion kind of thing going on. There's some derivative aspect there, and there's no doubt that, you know, it's kind of you know, being released very timely with all the hype that's surrounding Invisible Friends right now. Nothing wrong with that.
Here's where the issue is. Does anything look similar to you guys here? Let me play it. How about then? If I go to their Instagram and I look at Imaginary Ones, oh wait, this is Invisible Friends. I almost got confused. Which one is what? You know, how could I make that mistake? They're pretty much identical. Even the play on words is pretty much the same, right? Invisible. Hey, what is a synonym for invisible? Google it. I'm pretty sure one of them is imaginary. And instead of friends, it's ones. I don't think this happened by mistake. These guys know what they're doing. They've been in this kind of space before NFTs, and they've probably been keeping a very close eye on the NFT space, the way it's evolving. And when they've seen the right time to really strike, they've seen a project that their time is coming, like Imaginary Friends is really big right now, which is something that they can really go after, create something very similar, go up the hype. They did some epic marketing to build up a lot of hype.
But just looking at these pieces, they are very similar to Invisible Friends, which isn't a bad thing because a lot of people are picking up on this trend of NFT art, and it is very poppin'. As you can see, the colors are very bright, they're very unique, and they're very sharp, okay? But what I really like about this art piece here, things floating around them like the stars and the diamonds and stuff like that. And what's also cool is their faces, when it comes to their eyes and mouths, they're not actually placed on the head of the character, okay? They're actually floating in front of the face of the art, which makes it very unique and separate themselves from most projects. But what's really interesting and very common that's picking up in the NFT space is the JPEG feature, okay? It's not 2D, it's not just 3D, but it's 3D and it's JPEG, okay? So it's a never-ending loop of your NFT, so it doesn't get boring when you just stare at it all day. Interested to see what they base their rarities off of. I'm sure it has to do with a certain type of character and the attributes with the clothing, the hats, the mouse, what they're holding and what's around them, and possibly even backgrounds as well.
Imaginary Ones is a 3D art collection with 8,888 unique NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. And similarly to Invisible Friends, the NFT is an animated loop sequence. The team is very Disney inspired. Their value is good vibes, dream together, and smile like a child. So this project hasn't been released yet, and their roadmap looks like this. Phase 1, community building. Phase 2, brand collabs. And Phase 3, imaginary world. It's a metaverse experience where they dream, learn, and play together. I'm in Imaginary One's Discord, and even there's not much information around what they're expecting to release.
This is a fun project. It's colorful, it's animated, and there's not too many expectations that come along with it. The only thing I can say is that it's got a ton of hype. It's been building up for months. They've actually postponed their launch from what was supposed to be in March till April, which I think is going to be beneficial because March has been pretty bleak. And they've also used that time to make their art even better. I don't think I need to spend too much time here. Obviously, there's not a huge crazy roadmap or a ton of obvious utility, but this one's going to do well.